What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Francisco. Today I want to take a little break from the traditional reviews that I typically do on my channel. I want to talk to you about something that quite a few people have asked me: how I do my videos, how do I shoot, how do I plan, how do I go from beginning to you in this whole process. And over the years of being a YouTuber and working on videos, when I first started this, I started with zero planning at all. No plan, no structure, no format, zero efficiency. And if you look back at my process when I first started to where I am now, you would probably ask yourself, what in the hell was I doing? Because I didn't even know what I was doing. So today I'm gonna cover that. I wanna cover with you, as we record and edit this exact video, how I do it from step one all the way to the very end product, which is what you're gonna be seeing right now. So without further ado, let's get into it. The very first thing that you're gonna need before you start shooting a video is you need an idea. You need to know exactly what it is that you're covering. What is the topic that you're talking about? What is the goal of your video? Because I traditionally do reviews, I have a structure and a format for these reviews depending on the item that I'm reviewing. I've mostly done gaming headsets in this channel. So for example, for my gaming headsets, I have three items or three criteria that I look at when I'm reviewing a headset. I look at the build quality, I look at the sound qualities, how good does it sound, and then I look at the mic quality. I stick to those three, and I usually use that to basically deliver the review to you. Obviously, not all of you out there are doing reviews like I am, or maybe you are, but you wanna have an idea of what you're gonna be talking about and what structure you're gonna be following. What are the key points that you're trying to deliver? When I make my reviews, my whole purpose in every review that I do is to give you, the viewer, information and knowledge, because there is power in that, and that will allow you to make an informed and educated purchasing decision, as opposed to going out there and buying, a $300-400 gaming headset that might just literally be overkill, or in some cases may not even be worth the money for you. First things first, you need an idea, you need a topic, and you need a purpose. So now that you've got an idea as to what your video is going to be about, you need to start planning how you're going to shoot the video, okay? There's a couple of different ways that people do this. Depending on the kind of content that you're making, you might shoot video first and then record audio. For example, this works in videos like video game content, right? Where you're doing possibly the review of a game like I have before, where I'll record the gameplay footage and then I will do the audio commentary for it. So I'm doing two separate recordings and then merging them all in a video editor at a later point. Or maybe you're doing videos like I am right now, where I have my Canon M50 right here in front of me, my Rode VideoMic NTG right here above me, and I've got audio and video going together at the same exact time. When you're doing this, you're gonna wanna kind of plan out where are you gonna shoot, what's your lighting looking like, what equipment are you gonna use, and what different angles maybe you wanna capture to kind of keep things fresh for the viewer. You don't wanna stay static in one same exact scene with the same exact backdrop the entire time, where you're gonna lose people's attention and they're gonna go away. So I've got my idea, I know what equipment I'm using, I know where I'm shooting, I have an idea as to maybe what different angles I want to capture. Go ahead and capture your video, record that scene, record your audio, what have you, record the whole video, okay? When you're done with that, and when I'm done with mine, what I do then is that I upload it straight into DaVinci Resolve, which is the video editor that I prefer to use because it's free and it is absolutely fantastic, all right? So I use that. I put every single possible piece of footage, video, and this is the raw footage, the A-roll, okay? This is the main video footage that you're gonna be seeing. We're gonna cover B-roll here in just a moment. So I put in the main footage, I put in the main audio, and what I do then is I edit it down and cut out all the fluff, any awkward silence, any awkward pauses, any mistakes that I make. Because I'll tell you this, there's gonna be people out there who will tell you that you need to script your videos, okay? And they're not wrong. But I found that for myself, it works better if I have bullet points as opposed to a legitimate full-on script, because I'm pretty good at speaking. I'm pretty good at coming up with what I need to say on the moment. I think so, at least. I hope so. I think almost 6,000 of you would agree. But maybe a script works for you, maybe not. You try that out. But anyways, so sometimes I'll make mistakes and I'll have to reshoot multiple takes just to get the right take. So I go in the first run of the edit and I delete out all the fluff, all the mistakes, all the awkward silence and awkward pauses, and get the video down to what like the desired length would be. We're not there yet, but this is the first run through right here. The next thing that I usually do is I look at what B-roll I need, because B-roll is gonna keep the audience entertained and it's gonna keep them from switching your video off for the most part. What you're gonna need is a notebook and a pen, because once you've edited down the video to your ideal-ish length, watch the whole video from beginning to end and note down what shot you need along with its timestamp. So this is the Rode XDM100 review that I did, and this is the B-roll list for it. At 4 seconds, I wanted to add in some shots of the microphone. At 14 seconds, I wanted a shot of the NTH100 headset of me putting it on. At 10 seconds, I wanted a shot, an action shot of the Rode PSA Plus, PSA1 Plus over here, yada, 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 et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What this does is that it tells you exactly what you need to shoot. And then once you have it all uploaded to your video editor, you know exactly where it needs to go. Because before I did this, I would lose so much time trying to determine where each shot was gonna go. And by doing this method right here, I know exactly where each shot needs to go, and I can keep track of everything as I shoot it and as I don't, because if I don't have a piece of B-roll here checked off, I know I still need to capture that somehow. And this, ladies and gentlemen, has been one of the biggest time savers of my entire video editing life, because it's much more organized and I have a much better idea of what I need and where it's gonna go. And it really makes this process so much more efficient and so much more streamlined. Now you got your B-roll in your video, you have it exactly where you want it to, you've got it checked off, you know exactly what B-roll you needed, it's in the video. Now we start messing with the audio, okay? This is where you're gonna add in any effects, any EQ, any compression, noise removal, etc. You're gonna add that. You're gonna go ahead and implement all of that now, because now you got the video down to the exact length that the final product will be. There's no more cutting out, you've already done that. So now we start messing with the audio. If you gotta add EQ, if you gotta add any other VST plugins, if you need to add effects, what have you, this is where you do it. If you need to do, zoom in and out shots and edits and transitions to your video, this is where you do that. You've got the video done at this point, you're exporting everything. Well, you shouldn't be, not just yet. There's one more thing you need to do before we export the video that I do now, because again, this is all about efficiency, streamlining the whole process, and saving you as much time as humanly possible. Remember that notebook I was telling you about? What you're gonna do is you're gonna watch the final product of the video, okay? The final video, this is what you're uploading right now. You're gonna mark down every single possible chapter along with the timestamp that it starts at, so that when you start uploading your video to YouTube, you can go into the description and immediately start adding in these chapters without having to reopen everything once it's uploaded and retype into the description. Here's the idea, okay? The idea is this: you want to touch every part of the process as little as possible. If you can touch this whole part of this process one time, you're already off to a phenomenal start, and you're being efficient and you've streamlined everything. Because if you have to upload this video, then write down the timestamps, then open the video up again and go back into the description and retype in all the timestamps so that you can then get chapters, you are losing very valuable time as a creator and as a person, because there's probably other things you should be doing with your time, like taking care of yourself, eating and hydrating, spending time with your loved ones, spending time with your family, spending time with yourself, right? That's very important. But if you're having to do this whole process in a very inefficient manner, you are 100% losing out on very valuable time. And let me tell you something, time is not something that any of us ever get back. We came up with our idea, we came up with our purpose, we planned our video shoot, we shot everything, we recorded everything, we uploaded it to the editor, we cut out all the fluff, we planned and wrote down the timestamps for all of our B-roll, we added the B-roll, we edited our audio, and then we finally got our timestamps for our chapters ready to go so that you can just go ahead and type it all in at once as you're uploading the video directly to YouTube. What in the world could possibly be left? Well, while your video is being uploaded to YouTube, what I traditionally do is I do another YouTube search for that same exact topic. I look at all the different thumbnails, and I'm looking at the thumbnails for the videos of the same topic that have been very, very successful within a 30 to 90 day, maybe 6-month time frame. And I use that as inspiration for my thumbnail, which I work on as the video itself is being uploaded. Once the video is finished being uploaded, I make sure I do all my ad stuff. You have to submit a rating and tell YouTube if you're cursing and all this other stuff. You submit your rating, you decide what kind of ads you want to have. That's up to you. And then you add your end scene cards and you're done. At that point, it's probably gonna be doing some HD processing and some final checks. At this time, while all of this is going on, you should be working on your thumbnail. Make the thumbnail, download it, export it, whatever it is that you do, add it to your YouTube video, and at that time, ladies and gentlemen, you're done. My videos typically are about 7 to 15 minutes long, depending on what I'm covering and how in-depth I wanna go. Before I started being more deliberate and structured with my video shooting and planning, this would take me 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. And let me tell you something, all right? Let's be real for a moment, okay? I'm a father of 2. I'm a full-time worker. I'm a husband. I have a house. I have responsibilities. I don't have 5, 6, 7, 8 hours to do this in. As a matter of fact, what I do nowadays is I break it up across the week. One day I'm shooting video. One day I'm doing the B-roll. One day I'm doing this, and one day I'm doing that, which is another part I actually just forgot to mention until now. You can spread this out over a series of days. It's entirely up to you. What I do is I record all the footage one day and the sound and then the audio. The next day I edit it down, blah, blah, blah. Every step of the process is usually assigned to its own day, all right? So by the time it's all said and done, after doing this process, my editing time from beginning to end, from beginning to from the planning phase, all right? Just from planning to getting you the end product, 3 hours. 4, maybe, if I'm going like super into the nitty-gritty detail of the video and the edits and everything else. And that is a hell of a lot of time back, which now gives me more time to maybe start planning my next video, maybe spend more time with my family and myself and exercise or eat and take care of myself, right? You decide what to do with that time. But the fact of the matter is that when you have a very structured and deliberate approach to this process, you will be saving yourself a lot of time, and you'll be saving yourself a whole lot of steps and backtracking. If you found this information helpful, okay, let me know in the comments below. If you like this kind of content and you want more advice like this, okay, let me know. I'd be happy to share everything I got with you all. Until next time, be good to yourselves, be good to one another. Peace out.